Open Maiden is underway. Off and racing then. Our final race of the afternoon. On the run to the first, Gina has got Black Jasper prominent along the inside. Watching them cross the first all over safely. Possibly the least fluent at it was Hooligan Jack. Charlotte Tailford holding on tight as they make the journey going away from us. So it is Black Jasper leading up with on the outside just Jerry and Kate Lackenby with close up in behind them. Master Thyne, and then follows Rapid Fritz, who rounds out the leading quartet. A couple of lengths back off those is Weller Ford as they now hop over number 2. Weller Ford being followed. Oh, and again there was a mistake made by Hooligan Jack, a more significant error that time. Drum Connor is over to that one's inside as they cross the third. Better that time Hooligan Jack, with Top Honcho working a little deeper out in black and red colours. Onestepatatime is well back in the field early on, is in advance of Cool Desire in the colours of the sponsors, and at the rear end of the field are both Still a Spark and Sleepy Hollow as they came over the first fence in the back straight. They've all landed safely, and up front it is Master Thyne and W.Easterby on the outside of Black Jasper and Gina Andrews coming into the wings of the open ditch. The first of 2 in the race. Just Jerry leapt it in third, and they're all over it safely. So they continue their forward progress over in the back straight, and up ahead it is Black Jasper towards the inside of Master Thyne. They are the leading pair at present. They're followed 2 lengths away by in third Just Jerry. Just Jerry being followed by Rapid Fritz, who's over to the inside of Drum Connor in blue and yellow stripes in the hands of William Bishop, still seeking his first winner as they now gallop on towards the fence along the side of the track, heading back towards us. Hooligan Jack, after a couple of sloppy jumps in the very early stages, just warming to the task a little bit more now, and is just currently on the tail of Weller Ford as they head back towards the home straight for the first time. One step at a time, yellow coloured jacket, light blue cap, sitting in advance of Top Honcho and Cool Desire, and still right at the back end of the field run both Sleepy Hollow and Still a Spark. So into the home straight for the first time, still well over a circuit left to travel. Black Jasper, the light blue colours along the inside of Master Thyne. Just Jerry close up in behind them, leapt it in third. And at the back of the field, Still a Spark was a faller. Still a Spark and Kit Alexander are out of the race. Kit is sitting up and the horse seems none the worse as they come over another. All across that one safely. At this stage, the field covered by around about 8 or 10 lengths, relatively tightly grouped given the size of the field here. And Master Thyne was asked up for a big one there and delivered. Takes a narrow lead as a result. From in second position, Black Jasper. Although on passing the line for the first time, they're practically together. Back in third is Just Jerry. And then comes Weller Ford with Rapid Fritz over to the inside in the red and yellow colours. One step at a time, and Hooligan Jack are the next 2, racing on in advance of Drum Connor, who's wider out as they make this turn of Sleepy Hollow, and still Top Honcho and Cool Desire are right at the back of the field. They're through halfway and out for the final circuit in this, the Imperial Racing Open Maiden. And up ahead it is Black Jasper towards the inside of Master Thyne, all safely across that. Weller Ford is back in third, travelling nicely under Jack Andrews. Then in fourth place, a little bit wider out, Just Jerry, who's never been too far off the pace. One step at a time is improving. Rapid Fritz is now just sliding back a little bit along the inside, being followed next by Sleepy Hollow, with Drum Connor out deeper. Then follows Hooligan Jack, who's another to have lost his place as they reach the middle fence on this section of the track. In very close to it was Cool Desire at the rear end of the field with Top Honcho. So the tempo now just beginning to rise and beginning to find 1 or 2 of these out as Gina Andrews and Black Jasper turn into the back straight with a length in hand over Master Thyne in second. They're being followed in at third place by One Step at a Time, who's making steady progress under J.Teal as they came over the first in the back, and Master Thyne was nowhere near as fast at that fence as the leader Black Jasper. It is Black Jasper going on towards the final open ditch ahead of Master Thyne, One Step at a Time. Sleepy Hollow making ground. Jumps up into 4th place there, now in advance of Weller Ford, who's come off the bridle. Following those through is Just Jerry as they gallop on towards the end of the back straight. The final 3/4 of a mile of their journey. Rapid Fritz is racing next, but another 3 or 4 lengths adrift. With him behind that one, Top Honcho being pushed along. Patiently handled his Cool Desire. Still right towards the back end of the field, but now ahead of Hooligan Jack and a struggling Drom Connor. So on they go towards the 4th fence from home. A little over a half-mile left to stride. Black Jasper over that fence, again quicker than Master Thyne. Onestepatatime is back in 3rd, might well go 2nd shortly. Then in 4th place is Sleepy Hollow, who's improving all the while in the hands of Joe Wright, but now coming off the bit for the first time. And these 4 have now opened up. They're quite some way ahead of Weller Ford and then Just Jerry from Rapid Fritz, and back in behind that one is Cool Desire, who's yet to land a blow as they make the journey on inside their final 3.5 furlongs now and turning the final corner for home. It is Black Jasper, who's always been prominent. Leads up, seems to have got the better of Master Thyne. It's Onestepatatime who's now in 2nd place, but a good 5 or 6 lengths adrift of the leader, with back in behind those Sleepy Hollow, a break then to Just Jerry and Weller Ford as the leader. Now in splendid isolation, approaches 2 out. Black Jasper was in at the roots, but is over by 6 or 7 lengths to in 2nd place on touching down 1 step at a time. Then follows Master Thyne and Sleepy Hollow. And Gina Andrews in pursuit of her 2nd winner of the day will get it if this Black Jasper jumps the last. Black Jasper is up and over, wasn't overly tidy, and has to be ridden right out. Closing up in 2nd position is 1 step at a time. In the end, Black Jasper is all out, but it is indeed a double for Gina Andrews on the day as Black Jasper saw off the final thrust of 1 step at a time, with back in behind those crossing the line in 3rd place Master Thyne, and they were followed in by Just Jerry along the inside of Weller Ford, and back in behind those Sleepy Hollow.